So if you've been following my videos over the past couple of days, you know that Chris Pratt has been getting a lot of heat. And it's still going on. I don't see it ending anytime soon. And I think Matthew McConaughey is about to get some of that heat. And I'm going to go over why in a minute. But let me start here. Basically what's going on with Matthew McConaughey is he's putting on a book called Green Lights. It's kind of a life story. Talks about himself mostly in it. And because of that, he's doing the interview rounds, going around interviewing on shows and talking to reporters and so on, trying to promote it. So you got tidbits like this coming out now. Turned down a $14.5 million paycheck to do another rom-com. If you remember, back in the day, the guy used to do all these romance movies. That's all he did. It's like they just typecast him for it, which was fine for him. He made probably a massive mega fortune off it. Eventually quit. It was really strange because the guy used to be in like really cool movies, and then he's doing good movies now. But for a long time, like that's all he did was like the shirtless rom-com romance guy. And then he's like, well, I'm going to put my career so far in the toilet if I keep doing these. And he stopped. Because before he started doing those, he was in really cool movies like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, U-571. If you've never seen that, you should watch it. That's a really good movie. And now he's doing, regular movies again. He stopped doing those rom-coms. So I like a person who's like, well, I got enough. I don't need more. He just turns it down to do like good stuff. But another thing that he turns down, if you didn't know, is getting really political. He's kind of similar to Chris Pratt in that he doesn't like to get too political. I personally think that you can damage your brand by getting too political if you're a celebrity. Like if you're just like Mark Ruffalo, like he's alienated a large number of fans, right? And he'll never recover from it. Robert Downey Jr., he gets a little political here and there, but he's not like over the top like Mark Ruffalo. You know what I'm saying? He's not like that. Which I guess if you just want to get a little political, people are going to use their platforms for stuff, but there's to a point where it just becomes pure cringe, right? So Matthew McConaughey, he recently did an interview with I don't know where it was, Channel 10. I think this is an Australian form. And first off, how are you going to be in Australia or Britain or wherever this interview is from and ask about Trump? It's really strange. So it's really funny. So of course, like he's doing his book, but of course they have to get political because that's the real thing to do right now, right? And ask him, well, how do you feel about Trump? How do you feel about him? And he, as they note here, awkwardly refused to answer the question when asked by Carrie Bickmore. That's how you say her name. How do I feel about him? He said, I want a fuller context and a longer form to talk about that. He doesn't want to give an off-the-cuff response. And he goes on to say, if I said something to you now, one line could be taken out of context and could be put into a headline, so I don't want to take the chance for that. I need a longer form where I know it's word for word everything I'm saying is being broadcast. Taken aback by his response, Carrie said, well, let's lock in that chat for another day, and I doubt he will with you on your tabloid show. I doubt he will. She quickly wrapped it up, and that's that. Now, he really hasn't said that much about Trump or politics. I remember the only time I can think of him being really political, and there was another time, and I'm going to go over it, it's in this article, is back when the lockdown first started. And he actually came out and said he was tired of people politicizing what was going on. If only he could have seen in the future where we're at now. And he said just people need to come together and work together so we can get through this, which I didn't think was that bad of a message, to be honest. It fell on deaf ears, obviously. But it says here, back in an interview with BBC in 2017, he was asked if the cultural elite of America should give the president a break. And he responded by saying, well, they don't have a choice now. He's our president, and it's very dynamic and divisive of an inauguration and time we've ever had. At the same time, it's time for us to embrace and shake hands with this fact and be constructive with him over the next 4 years. Well, that didn't really fan out very well, did it? But compare what he said there with like other celebrities who would have said, "We gotta fight for 4 years." I think it's so ridiculous. Like, people are so riled up because of all these celebrities running around and acting like it's doomsday every day. They've done a lot of damage. So I respect one that actually had his head on his shoulders, but it didn't really work out that way, did it? So, of course, him shooting down that question has already led to these kinds of articles right here. Is Matthew McConaughey a Trump supporter? This is coming from The Sun. Oh, the U.S. Sun, a U.K. company, by the way. So now we have articles like this coming out. I expect him to get backlash. Now, things are slow moving. Twitter is still focused on Chris Pratt. But I would imagine now their teeth will start grinding at him, depending on how far this goes. I like his response. I like that he doesn't want to talk about it, doesn't want to alienate fans, doesn't want to piss off fans. I think that that's a respectable way to go. Is he a Trump supporter, though? If I had to take a guess, I would say maybe. He's definitely probably a conservative. He's from Texas. That's why he doesn't live in L.A. with the rest of the loonies. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just know he's got some good answers to stuff. Embrace the results of the election, whichever way it goes. Let's all work together and put the nonsense behind us. Stop acting like crazies. I think that these are good answers. I like that he's got a little bit of a level head, but, you know, having a level head in today's day and age, it gets you thrown to the witch hunt. And I'm sure that they're going to come for him. Just staying silent on the president gets you done in. So we'll see what happens. I'll follow it, and we'll see if there's any backlash. But for now, I like that he shut down that reporter and said, I don't want to talk about that. I'm here to talk about my book, not Trump. Anyway. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this? Do you think he's going to get canceled for this? Do you think that it might slip through the cracks? I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter. Also, if you would, could you please make sure you're still subscribed? Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment, make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.